Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn about dictionaries. We might have gone through dictionary like once in our lifetime. Nowadays, like everyone goes on internet to search the word, or there are like online dictionaries as well. But like as you can see, I have one image from ichef.bbci.co.uk, and one thing you can see here is that every dictionary contains a word and there is a meaning. So if you see here cow, there is some word and meaning here, which is American tree. So just like that, in Julia, there is dictionary. So if you have gone in Python, then it is it also contains a dictionary object. So Julia contains the dictionary object, which is similar to what we have in Python as well, but not like our dictionary which we have like of words to meaning mapping, but a different one. So let's see. So if we want to define dictionary, then we can define it as like some object which is mutable and which is of random order, and it contains key value pairs of key and value, just like we had worked. So that is of key value pair. Now let's see here. There are multiple ways to create a dictionary. So let's see the first method. Okay, so first way to create the dictionary is using the dictionary function. So let's create the menu. Suppose we are creating software for our client who wants to like have menu in software. So we create the menu dictionary now. Now what we can do, let's enter the price of each of the items. Suppose that's hotel wants to have pizza at $20. So now if we use $20 now, let's see. Okay, it fails. The reason it fails that because dollar is being used for string interpolation. So we have to use like this. Now this is like menu dictionary. But if you might see this way, we print now menu dictionary. Okay. Now what we can do, we can just see what happens if we use pizza. It's still, but if we print now, while printing, it should be printing 20 only. So this is how like it tries to escape. So whenever you have dollar keyword, so keep in mind to use the backslash before dollar to escape that. Now let's add another items like burger, which is priced at $10, and we can also add coffee, so which is at $5 or $7. Okay, why it is failing? Menu dictionary is not different because we are using wrong spelling. Cool. Now we have menu dictionary. If we try to print now our menu dictionary, we can see we have the menu items, and then we can use this one to build like while order app or something. So this is how we can map the menu with the price. Another way to create is like we can directly insert the values. So we can use like, for example, another dictionary equals. So we can, instead of initializing empty dictionary, we can directly initialize with like strings if we want, if we already have the value. Like for example, we are mapping keywords to letters, so we can do like this. Now, if you see now, we have created another dictionary as well. So this is one way. One other way is to use the tuple. We haven't gone through tuple, but yeah, I'll just show this one. We'll learn about tuple in next chapter. So it is like this. We can use array. We can use tuple of arrays. Three. Okay. Now the reason it is saying it is another cell has already been disabled. So let me just use another example dictionary. So Pluto has, like, we can enable this cell now. So Pluto has some kind of mechanism, so we can define unique variables across the Pluto notebook. Now we have got the dictionary in this term. Now let's see how we can use symbol. So we can use symbols as well. The keys. So we can do example symbol dictionary, and then use the dictionary function. Then let's use A, and let's map this to array, and then B, and then let's map this to word only. So when we do so, if you see here, symbol A is combined to array and B is combined to it. So this can this can help us, like when we want to have multiple keys, like how many items are being stored in particular values. Then this can, like how many cart items, I would say, or like something like that. So this is very helpful. Now let's go through the how we can check the length of the dictionary. So let's see, we can do using length function. So I'll first go with symbol dictionary. What is the length? 2. Let's see another dictionary. 3. Let's see another example dictionary. 3. Okay, so first dictionary, we'll see what is menu dictionary. Length of menu dictionary. So it is also 3. Now what we can do, let me add another cell here. Add another item to our menu. Suppose we can add fries, which is priced at $12. Now if you see here, the length of menu dictionary will be 4 now. So we have 4 items. So if we print the menu dictionary now, total number of items are 4. Cool. Now we can also see how we can access the dictionary. So accessing dictionary, this is very important. So you have created, for example, menu. Now you want to access the menu items, what all menu it contains. So you can just want to like list all the menus. So one way is to print it, but we'll not be able to print every time. So how to access like each elements, like if we want to tomorrow change the price of coffee from $7 to $8, so we'll have to access that element. So what we can do for menu, or I will use item in menu dictionary, and then println item. Let's see what happens. So if you see here, it is printing the pair. If you see, this is exactly what it is saying. We have paired fries with its price. So every item is a pair. Now it is saying it is giving all the values of item. Now if we want to print, for example, so let's print the symbol dictionary as well. So for item, or like element, I will use in symbol dictionary. So what happens? So if you see, it is also using pair symbol. So I think this is new version, and hence we are getting the new way to do it. So that's the thing. And I'm using Julia version 1.9.3, I believe. So how can I check what version I'm using? I can check later, but yeah. So it is like Julia version 1.9.3 only. So now we can also print the like all the menus. Like if you want to print, for example, here we want to only print the menu, like not the price. What all menu items we have. So we can just use. So first of all, if we want to print the, I would say if we want to print the key and value. So this is the key in the pair. This is key and this is value. So if I want to map it, so I can just use, for example, key comma value in menu dictionary, and then print ln. Then we have key and then this way and then value. Now if we see here, let's print it. So if you see here, we are able to print price, and then instead of like if we see here, so here we are using pairs and it is printing by default, but here like it looks good, so we know how we can do. So you can also, when we create using hash map, I think so, let's see. Okay, another dictionary. So when we create using this symbol, so it also prints in that similar manner. So if we go here, let me just press Control Enter. So for E, I'll just use short, another element, another dictionary, println E. So if you see here, Julia does a very good uh, like work of like generating this for us, because we had created items in this manner only. So if you see here, it was created using characters and then this arrow symbol, fat arrow symbol. But here in this case in menu, we generated using the dictionary function, and hence and it was menu, and then we kept on adding it. So that's the reason it is using this way to generate the pair, and we have to generate using this. So now we were able to generate like map fries and coffees, pizzas, etc. Now if we want to only generate like all the keys, so these are keys, fries, coffees, pizza, and these are values. So price is a value here and keys is price. So whenever we, it's a key value pair. So if you only want to generate the menu, like menu items, not the price or the keys, so we can use like I'll just menus equals to keys, and then I will use menu dictionary. Okay. If you see here, it has generated the key set. Key set is a object, Julia object, and it has generated. So this is helpful if we want to, for example, generate only the keys. If we want to generate what all menu items does and hotel provides, not its values. Also, we can generate, like we can check. For example, we can check now, does coffee is provided at this hotel or not? Coffee in. So we have to make sure of the spellings because it is case sensitive. True. So it is coffee is provided at this hotel. Let's see if tea is provided at this hotel. No, tea is not provided. Now we can, just like we did for mm, keys, we can also do it for values. So all price list, we let's do is that price list equals to values. So we can just use values, and then we can do menus. So if you see here, key set, okay, we have used menus, so we have to use menu dictionary. So if you see here, it's a value iterator. Now what we can do is that let's see the, we can also check as we did in values. So we can check like if $20 exists or not, or $10 exists or not. So for example, when we were creating this another dictionary for mapping of letters to characters to numbers, like in the way it is there, so we can also do values equals to vals. I'll use for example values in values, and then another dictionary. So how we do it now? 1 2 3. Let's see 3 in vals. I'll use tab, so 3 exists or not. So we can use this way as well. Now there is another function like for we did, for example, to check coffee, we can also directly check, like we had to in this case create the key set and then this way. But if we want to directly check like pizza or fries exist in like menu dictionary or not, so we'll print menu dictionary once again. So we have it available. Now if you see, it is like fries, and so what we can do, we have the has key function. So we can do has key to check in menu dictionary, where it is a dictionary, and in this we can check like if fries exist or not. Okay, it exists, but has key menu dictionary if tea exists or not. Okay, it doesn't exist. Now let's see, what we can also do is that we can use get function from the dictionary, and if it doesn't exist then we can add it. For example, we can use get function with the bank, and let's add menu dictionary. Now we know tea doesn't exist, but the owner, restaurant owner, wants to add the tea. So we can do here, we can check if the tea exists or not. So I'll add tea here. So it will do tea if it exists or not. Let's see that. And if it doesn't exist, then add tea with a price of $3. So if we see now, okay, so this is not right actually. So we don't need to use array here. I can directly like use, so let's delete it. So if you see here, I have used the wrong way to add t. I just wanted to add 3. So how to delete it? So in delete thing, let me just delete and then use the dictionary which from which I want to delete, and use the keyword. So I will delete t. So if you see now, t is deleted. So now I want to correct this one. So let me just add it and make it $3. Now what we can do, we can print it menu dictionary one more time. If you see now, t is added. So this is how we can use get and delete. So sometimes it might happen. For example, you want to check something in the dictionary, and if it doesn't exist, just add it. So in that case, get function is very helpful. Now we can also change the values. For example, restaurant owner wants to say that pizza is very expensive and users are, or like customers are not buying it. So how to do it? So we can just do menu dictionary and then pizza. Let me change it to $15. Okay, now our menu dictionary should have changed the pizza item to $50. Now pop. Now pop is the function which will actually pop the item and give its value as well. So let's see, let me pop tea because users are not buying tea or customers are not buying tea. So I'll just pop it from the menu dictionary, which will be, now I have popped it. Now let's see what happens to the menu dictionary. So the value is written now, 3 is written. So I'll print the menu dictionary. Yeah, so we have got the T removed. This is how it works. Now we have gone through delete as well. So one thing, like last thing we want to do is that, let's see one thing we you might have seen. If you want to count the number of words, for example, there is a word coffee, and for example we have a coffee word. Now how many times this F is there and how many times E? So we can use dictionary for this counter as well. So for this, if I want to generate, so if I want to generate, this output should be like how many times it this character exists. It should be C, and then it is 1, like this. O 1, F 2, and E 2. This is how it should be. Now let's see. For this we can write the function. So it is actually called the histogram. So let's write the histogram function histogram, which will accept the string, and then let's create a dictionary. Now for character in string, we will check first if C exists or not. So if C is not in, so not in keys of dictionary, then we will add it and add the value as 1. Else what we can do is that let's increment the value. It means that it already exists, and let's increment the value and end our case. Now we can end the for loop and we can return the dictionary. Now let's see histogram. Now one thing, like we can see here, like we can check for as many long word. Now I will also generate for coffee. Okay, now this is how it works. So we have also written the function to do this. Now let's also see how we can use an array of dictionary. Like, can we insert an array within the dictionary? We can insert arrays as well as tuple, as I have showed you here. So at the first of the example, we can also use the objects. So here, if you see, we can use this like we did in symbol dictionary. Even I can add the tuples. So if I do 1, 2, 3, so this is also one way to do it. So this is how we can use arrays and tuples in the dictionary. Now let's see one example generating the phone book. So I would say phone book. So phone book is simple. If you see here, what it contains is, phone book contains first name, last name. For now, I will use simple phone book and the phone numbers. So we can do this as phone book dictionary. Now I have generated the empty dictionary. Now what we can do when we are inserting the item, so can we insert dictionary within dictionary? Yes. So what we can do simply is that, for example, we can add the number, so phone book and phone number. So suppose the phone number is um, I'll add any random number. So phone number is this, and we want to add is first name is Johnny and last name is Marcos. Now we can also add another field. For example, let me add another field as profile. Okay, so he is a work friend. So let's see. Okay, it is discontinued. So what I can do here is that let's me add dict itself. Let's see how it happens. So so if you see, I was using actually the Python way, but in Julia it is discontinued now. So let me just print the phone book. So yeah, so we have our first number, and it is like it is dictionary per dictionary, where last name, first name, profile is work. We can also add address field, or what a email address. For example, what I can do is that I can access the dictionary. So if you see here, I can access with the phone number. And now if I want to access this dictionary is accessed. So now what I can do is that add another element, which is email random @johnny.com. Now let's see our phone book. If you see here, we have inserted the email as well. Now let's add another. So now we have got another friend in our town, which is Margos or Margarita, whatever you want to call. So I'll add the number. Now let me add the dictionary. First name is, for example, Barbie, and last name is Vic. Now I can, now this is profile, like personal. So Barbie is a personal friend, and I can add email as well, but I don't have email, so I will leave it empty. Now if I print here phone book, we have got two names, like two phone numbers and their information. So this is how we can create the phone book with the help of dictionary. So thank you guys. We'll meet in next chapter. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.